Oh, go. Oh, we're recording. All right. I'm gonna cough as soon as we start recording. It figures. All right. Right here, hopefully. First try? No, bot didn't come in here. Damn it, bot. Bot and I are fighting again.
Why does it happen every time?
I don't know.
Do you two need to see like a mediator?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me try one more thing. Son of a bitch, bot.
You just don't have the magic touch.
No, that's not the one, though. It's not the one we want to play. Hold on.
Okay.
We're not in castle corridors or castle palace corridors.
I don't know why you do it wrong every time. The bot listens to me.
Must be. Is bot even playing anything now?
All right.
Oh yeah, it should. Yeah, it is. It's just okay. What did you type that I'm not typing? Ping bot. Done. Play. Space or no space?
It just
No
does.
space.
It just doesn't like if you copy and paste it. I don't think.
What do you? How else would I do that?
You only copy and paste the link. Type the rest.
Oh, I know. That's what I have been doing.
You have to do a space between play and the link. There you go.
By the way, that exact thing I've already done like 3 times. I guess so.
You just don't have the magic touch.
Must not be. All right. Last time, we left the Cloakwood. We went to Baldur's Gate, fought some weather on the way to get there, met with the leader of Baldur's Gate, one Grand Duke Older Ravengard, who you exchanged war stories with. You spent some time investigating the crime scene that was Ramesses Tower. Went to Candlekeep, got some info, find out that Balazar had been naughty in some form or another and is not allowed there anymore. From Candlekeep, you guys sailed to the Nalanther, where you fought off an attack by a ship mimic full of Sahagwin. You shortly thereafter found Kuros the Wanderer, a giant and ancient Triton. He gave you some information, but not much, and now the party is on its way to Skaug. Kuros the Wanderer. Even if it's Kuros, we're probably all going to call him Kuros the Wanderer.
Don't you know, the entire world of Kuros is inside that Triton.
Isn't, guys? Yeah. That's right.
Oh no, there goes Lost Mines of Pandover. Oh no.
All right.
I'm excited to see Skaug. I want to meet Davy Jones.
You feel
And you may indeed meet Davy, or not. Maybe he's not there. Maybe it's all a wild goose chase.
I know he is in my heart.
In your heart of hearts.
That's the name of the episode.
Wild squid chase. It's a good one. I mean, you could always name the ones that just come up organically without the pressure of naming all of them, too. I'm letting our theme song play out because it's amazing.
understandable.
And like when we make our cartoon, we'd obviously have to get this guy on board to be the official theme song guy.
Of course. We need to get the Ragged Dragon guy too. He's got like 100 subscribers.
Nice.
I bet he'd be on board.
Totally. All right. That allowed me to get to the Skaug entry. Excellent. All right. Let's fight with the bot again for a minute. Our Kickstarter, yeah. I don't know. I think we could get 8 million. No problem.
I'll rob a bank.
I think we could probably get 8 million millionths of a penny.
No, not that one, bot. We already played that one. Gosh darn it, bot. How
We
dare you.
just gotta find someone on Fiverr who's like, I will create a cartoon.
Totally. Commission them over and over and over again.
He just takes the Vox Machina thing and photoshops our characters' faces
Sends
on
it
top
over.
of the characters.
Ah, yes, back to Fiverr. Feels right.
All right, so we are back on board the Mermaid's Bane. The crew are performing some minor repairs that were inflicted to the ship during the attack of the ship Mimic. Kuros the Wanderer, after his conversations with you, took his old Tritonness and found an open part of the deck. He has a hard time going underneath because he's a tall boy, where he lays down and he's resting his old bones. What are we doing?
Well, I think we were gonna go to Scow, weren't we?
To Skaug.
Oog.
Skog!
Scow.
No, you were not at Skaug yet.
I think it was 2 or 3 days of travel to get there.
That sounds right. No, not now.
Jay's just the worst person to be around on a road trip.
It is 2 days to Scout. Flotsam and Jetsam came up right as the fight was ending from down below and heroically stabbed some
Corpses.
Hogland corpses.
Mm-hmm.
And Jetsam is ready to tell the tale of the time they defended the Mermaid's Bane from a ship mimic. Apparently, according to Jetsam, they have been in the port of Skaug before. Flotsam and Jetsam have.
Insight check.
Oh, all right.
Balazar cares anymore.
Balazar is so over Jetsam. Somebody else talk to him. I'm so done.
Oh, hey, that's a 22. Times
It's a 44 even.
44.
Jetsam seems to be telling the truth, that they have indeed been to Skaug before.
Oh. It's true.
That is possible.
A master deceiver. That guy.
Oh, yeah.
Raylan would just say, "Oh, have you? Well, we've never been, and would be most valuable if you could give us any information about what we might be walking into."
Balazar's gonna go up to Raylan and say,
You should speak to these two. Learn everything you can from them.
We're
They
in
have
conversation, Balazar. I'm talking to them right now, and you're interrupting.
They have much information.
and then he will leave.
Actively talking to them while you're telling
Jetsam
me
says,
this.
"Oh, Skaug is a great place. It's full of skullduggery and scallywags. And Raylan is the only one who won't raise an eyebrow when she goes up there because she looks like a hobo with her dress." No offense, Raylan, but your clothes are a little tattered.
She keeps it together. She keeps it together.
Just, but the rest of you, you're dressed far too nicely. You're gonna everybody is gonna look at you as soon as you walk into the glorious port of Skaug.
Thank you for your insight into my dress.
Did I tell you about the time I hoodwinked Cleft?
Probably.
Well, let me tell you again. It was a rainy day, and Cleft the Minotaur, and then he starts telling a story about how he conned Cleft the Minotaur. He's the owner of the Keel Hall.
The
And
keel hall.
And then he goes on a long story about how he hoodwinked Cleft out of some money.
Is Clef going to be mad when we arrive? Is he there?
Oh, I'm sure he's still there. He's an old an old hand of Kent Tentrix, if I recall. I
Perhaps
think
you
they were on the same ship back in the day.
Perhaps you shouldn't come with us then.
Oh, nonsense. Everybody loves Flotsam and Jetsam.
Apparently not. Maybe you're not as lovable as you think you are. You can't even entertain the idea.
Everybody loves a good story, Raylan.
Everybody does love a good story.
Anyway, so it was a Friday night, and Scout had just committed to 30 gold pieces. Can you believe it?
You mean Cleft?
Cleft had committed to 30 gold pieces.
Tell us about this Calamandrix.
Who?
Isn't that the name of the guy?
King Jitrix.
Tentrix.
Tentrix.
Oh, Tentrix.
Tentrix, yes.
Tentrix.
I don't know why I thought it was Calamandrix, but Tentrix.
I don't know why you thought it was Califandrix either.
A cool name, though.
It is. So Tentrix has a lot
Sounds
of
like a dragon named Calabandrix.
it's a lot of support in Skaug, and he's maybe the most powerful pirate out there right now. He has a lot of followers, allies amongst the other pirate kings.
Are there any rules or laws that we should be aware of?
Does he have tentacles?
Who?
Tentacle King guy.
Tentrix? Oh yeah, on his face, they're like a beard.
I knew it!
Rules in Skaug? Not really. It's full of free spirits, Skaug is.
So the only rule is don't be a narc.
So I can just walk up to someone and stab them
I
in the
would
face
say
and
it's
keep on
don't get
walking?
caught being a narc.
I think I like it there.
Well, Scout doesn't really have a ruler, really, but the Portmaster is probably the closest person to that.
So murder's allowed. We're all good on murder.
I mean, murder's allowed, but also their friends are allowed to murder you back.
This is going to be a lovely place.
Sure, sure. I mean, nobody would want to murder me, though. You just follow me, and I'll make sure everybody doesn't bother you. Even Flotsam's popular there. Yeah.
I want to inside check that thing about
Insight
murder.
check. Well, I guess the insight check is more about whether or not they think they're popular. I don't know if we could insight check whether or not they actually are.
True. It's only what they think.
No, you're not a Scout yet. No, he seems to think he's pretty popular.
Of course he does.
But anyway, seriously, you guys don't look like pirates, so you should think about that. Who's that guy? And he points to the big giant in the middle of the ship.
He's one of our new hobos.
Awesome. You guys are like collecting them now.
Yes, just like we've collected you.
Exactly. But we're not just hobos. We're scallywags and hobos.
Raylan's trying hard to stay murderous.
So, with the help of the charts provided by Kuros the Wanderer,
I'm
the
afraid to
ship,
admit they're growing on me.
the ship is able to avoid the tricky currents and reefs that surround the islands of the port of Scout. Captain Aud is able to do so. And as you guys are about a day out, you hear a large horn blasting from the island next to you.
That is not Scout?
That is not Scout. You guys are heading towards Scout. You're close, but you're not there yet. So you would be about probably right here, and it's like coming from like this peninsula. here.
We're not on the map.
Oh, you're right. You can't see that. I should move you to the map so all of that makes sense. There we go.
Testing. There we go.
So you guys would be about like in this little channel right here,
Okay.
and then from this like little peninsula here.
Also, he is Davy Jones. I was right.
There's a burp. A horn.
He is shamelessly Davy Jones.
No, he's clearly not Davy Jones. He's Ravy Bones.
Where? I don't see.
Slavey moans.
Slavey Moans is a different. That's a whole different thing.
That's a different one. That's in Kuros, okay?
No, that was in the big.
That's the
group
Rule
one.
34 pirate.
That's the one where he made the sex cult.
That's right.
Good old sex cult guy. Good callback.
Okay, so anyway, you hear a series of horn blasts coming from the peninsula that you're sailing by.
Can I see anyone that might be blowing the horn or any activity on the peninsula?
Make a perception check.
So the horn's coming from the land.
Correct. Okay. There is a tall wooden watchtower of some sort that the horn appears to be blowing from.
Does it look like they're looking at us when they're blowing the horn?
It looks like it's positioned in such a way that it can watch ships going down this corridor or going down this channel.
Well, we're in a pirate ship, so
I think they're signaling that they see us.
Perhaps we are supposed to do some kind of answer.
Flotsam, jetsam. What do we do?
Mayland. Oh, that's just that's their early warning system. They signal to the defense systems in Skaug if it's a friendly or a hostile or a neutral ship coming in to visit.
Did they
Yeah.
signal?
Oh, I don't know the signals.
I'm gonna flip them off. I don't know if they can see me or not. The people blowing the horn.
You hear the captain of the ship from the helm say, "Well, I've been in Skaug once before on a merchant ship, and that was not the signal we got. So I assume our ship then would have been a neutral. So I speculate that that is either the friendly or unfriendly horn signal."
how did the signal go?
It was a long blast followed by 3 short.
3 short always means we're bad.
Does it?
No, that's just what Thomas has decided.
I take out the magic
If
conch.
I was gonna make a signal that's bad, it would be 3 short blasts. That's what it is in Game of Thrones. 3 short blasts means White Walkers.
Interesting theory.
And as the ship continues down the channel, a little ways back, a little ways closer to Skaug, you hear the horn call repeated from another tower along a little small island in the channel.
How close do we get to these towers? Are they like within shouting distance?
Not at the path that the captain is taking, because he's staying in the safe part of the channel to avoid not damaging the ship. The areas inside the islands in the Nilanther are notorious for tricky currents, shallows, corals, rocky outcrags, things that would make a ship that didn't know how to navigate it pretty dangerous. So because you guys have the charts from Karos the Wanderer, he's able to navigate the channel pretty easily, but doing so means the ship is in an area where you can't really get that close to these towers.
Is there any way for us to see whether or not these people on the watchtowers look like they are scrambling or calm or?
Well, the captain has a telescope.
Spyglass.
Spyglass, yeah.
All right, let's take a look.
Okay, make a perception check.
Do I get any kind of advantage or bonus with the spyglass?
Nope, the fact that you can even do it at all is because it's a spyglass.
17.
It's a pretty simply constructed wooden tower. It looks like it's both sturdy but also old. By the size of it, you would guess that whoever is in there probably lives there for some length of time, because there's basically nothing around. And you do see at the top of the tower there are 2 people up there. One of them has a spyglass. Both of them look pretty mellow. Neither one of them is looking at your ship directly when you're looking up there.
Okay.
They seem to be kind of scanning around. And you get that as you're approaching Scout. You get that signal repeated again at a third tower as you get closer to the city. Also, as you get closer to the city, the watchman on the crow's nest signals wreckage, and off the port bow appears to be a ship partially submerged, keeled over in the water.
I immediately start attacking it just in case it's a mimic. No, I'm kidding.
Can we see the name?
Make a perception check.
$19. Oh wait. I will guide myself. 21.
You do.
Do I recognize the name?
The name of the ship is the Longbow, and that name means basically nothing to you.
Sounds cool though.
Doesn't sound like a piratey name though, does it?
Doesn't really sound like a piratey name.
Sounds like a Lord's Alliance ship name, maybe.
That almost does sound like a Lord's Alliance ship name.
Well, I guess the
If it was
good
a-
news is that apparently they can destroy ships from this far away, and we haven't been destroyed yet.
Either that or it ran afoul of the reef.
Captain asks if you want to go any closer.
Well, we're already here. Might as well.
I'm thinking not. We are being watched.
You also notice that you don't see any wreckage or anything in the water.
Like debris.
Correct. Or floating cargo or anything like that.
I do not think we go closer.
Well, I do trust your judgment, Balazar. I suppose we can wait here.
I mean,
We
you could
just-
easily just sail past it without any bother.
We sailed past.
You sail past the wreckage of the longbow, and it slowly descends a little further into the water as you go by.
Just wondering, do things know when I put Hunter's Mark on them?
Yes. I think so.
Okay.
Was it descending when we were approaching, and then?
Never mind. They don't know. I was thinking of Hex. Hex. They know. Hunter's Mark. They don't.
Are we ever within 90 feet of it?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Never mind.
So does it look like it's descending in the water, like as we're approaching it, or does it not start descending until we're like passing it?
No, it just seems to be kind of slowly keeling further over and getting slightly deeper in the water. It seems to be like that way as you've gone by.
So what I'm wondering is, Balazar is probably watching it very closely because we just encountered a ship mimic.
Sure.
Does it look like it is moving in a way that doesn't make sense for it to be anything other than a capsizing ship?
There is nothing that you can see that would give you any indication that it is anything other than a capsized and sinking ship.
Okay.
There it is.
I assume we've had the chance to long rest, yeah.
Yes, definitely. That is the correct game date.
Thank you.
I forget, what's the command to look at the date?
Just exclamation point Cal.
Yep.
I'm assuming that means calendar.
Correct. Huzzah! All right. So you pull inside. You arrive at the free port of Skaug. The harbor is fairly large, fairly open, but there are some guard towers around the entrance to the port.
As we're pulling in, do the docks look hostile? Is there any reason to believe, like, as we're pulling in, that we're about to be attacked?
Nope, the docks look pretty busy, honestly. It looks like a pretty busy port.
Yeah.
And nobody really seems to be paying much attention to you guys.
Okay.
I want to use detect portals to see if there's any planar portals within a mile.
Within 1 mile.
Interesting.
Not off the top of my head would be my answer to
Okay.
that. I would say no.
If there are any, the DM doesn't know about them.
That's true. 100% true. Or they're shielded from you somehow, but no, I'm gonna say no.
That's a good retcon. They were shielded from you.
They were shielded from detect magic for some reason.
Of course I knew it was there. It was just shielded from you.
Shielded, or was it active at the time? It's an activatable portal.
There you go.
Captain
they were
Aud.
3 days away from their year of completing the teleportation circle.
That's right. Finds
2 hours.
finds an available docking berth and pulls the ship up, and the crew throws ropes in and throws down the little gangplank. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
As the ship saddles up to the harbor, and you have arrived in the free port of Skaug.
I'm excited. This place seems cool.
We're at massacre time.
Massacre
You're
time.
not Gallowitz.
I don't think it's massacre time now. I don't think that's our primary objective.
How big is this? Is it like a landmass, or is this just like a small island? Or...
Zoom in. It is basically a maybe not a small island, but I mean, I guess a small island, but not a tiny island, I guess. But yeah, it is on its own little island in the middle
Okay,
of the
so
land.
it's not this big thing.
No.
It's this little
No,
itty
it's just-
bitty guy right
that's
there.
right.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
It's bigger than a sandbar,
Yeah,
smaller than a.
but definitely would limit the size of how big the city could be.
Does the city pretty much encompass the entirety of the little island?
Not quite, but pretty close.
Okay.
Got it. All right, what are you guys doing?
Well, so we came here.
Before we get off, we'll need to make you all look more like pirates. Mess up your clothes, maybe get you a hat, something like that. Perhaps you could borrow some sailing clothes from some of our crew.
I went to look at people in the port itself. Just kind of Are there any dragonborn? Brian?
Yes, you do see one dragonborn.
One.
I don't think
that would be
pirates
standing up
are.
regardless.
I don't think pirates are usually racist. I think we'll be fine.
Well, Balazard notices that there's just one dragonborn and then turns to Raylan and says,
I think that would be standing up regardless.
Yes, but it's about getting into character, Balazar. We've got to feel like pirates so that they accept us.
Why would I pretend to be what I am not?
Worked pretty well for me. I pretended to be a priest for a pretty long time. Remember that? That was cool.
Gotta get into the costume, otherwise your eyes don't work as well.
I do not lie.
All right, that's why you have me.
He doesn't know what to say to that.
Very well. You can be making me look like a pirate if you wish.
No, now I feel like it's against your will. You can just be your normal, standoffish, awkward self.
Not awkward.
Of course not.
Just narrow his eyes at you.
Onwards then, yes?
Yep.
And we will walk into Scoug. And we're here to talk to Tentacle Face, right?
Uh-huh.
I believe that's why we came, yeah.
We need to find
So,
and also to kind of figure out what's going on, right? So
I want to know what his deal is with the Kraken gifts, because that seems relevant.
well, and there was the one captain we found that was being mind controlled.
Yeah,
That originated from this
that's right.
place.
That's right. That's how we got the lead. Okay,
And
I recall.
we
So-
understood that he had looked at a shield, like looked into the eye of a shield that was very similar to the one that we had, and his mind was dominated through it.
That's right.
so just the four of you?
I think so.
And that the captain was the one who had him look at the shield.
So clearly he's in some way related to the mindfuckery lizard boys.
Do we want to bring our captain as a potential guide? Because they've
No,
been here.
I don't think so. I don't think they want to be a part of whatever we're gonna get into.
What about Flotsam and Jetsam?
I don't see why not. They could get us into trouble.
They could get us into trouble, but they could actually also be useful.
They can hang out, but they're gonna have to stay like 30 feet behind us.
I feel like they've never been useful before. I don't know why they would start now.
Well,
You know,
to be
let's,
fair, they were usually bullshitting us before, but they apparently do know some things about Scoug.
Yes, but
Flotsam.
that doesn't not mean they will be useful.
I mean, that's true.
Flotsam Jetsam, we're trying to stay a little low key here, and since you're obviously very popular, very well respected warriors, let's just for the time being not make our association public. We'll stay separate but close together. Just, we don't. We're trying to stay low key, and you are, of course, celebrities and would be immediately recognized and flocked to.
That's okay. I wouldn't want to go with, well, you, Raylan, look like a hobo. But I wouldn't want to be in Scoug with the rest of you.
Great. Then we're all in agreement. We will keep a distance between us.
So are they following you at all, or following you at a distance?
Yeah, we'll keep like 25, 30 feet between us, I think.
All right.
I climb up onto Rex's back in the saddle and depart the ship.
That's not at all conspicuous.
Oh, I forgot you have a dragon. Fuck.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for anyone I might recognize this entire time.
All right. So the four of you, plus the dragon, plus Flotsam and Jetsam at a distance.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So the four of you, including one of you riding a dragon,
Yeah.
disembark and are walking up the dock toward the main harbor, and standing at the end of the dock are two gentlemen. One of which is a human, you think. He's kind of scrabbly looking. He's got a tricorner hat. The other appears to be some kind of a lizard person. You're not quite sure. And as the four of you, they kind of look at each other, and look at you guys, and look at each other. And as you're approaching, the human clears his throat. Was kind of looks past you guys, and looks up at the dragon rider, and down at you. It says, So you're new here, yeah? Where's Dempster? And he's kind of looking past you guys towards the ship.
Who's Dempster? Do you know who Dempster is?
Dempster is the name of the captain that had the ship before you.
That's right.
On personal business.
Make a deception check.
We're here to take care of something in his stead, but it's a bit sensitive. And he didn't mention you, so I'm afraid I don't feel comfortable sharing the exact details of our business here with you. Nothing personal. I hope you don't take offense.
He says, "Oh, well, no, I'm not offended. Just confused. But allow me to introduce myself, since he didn't mention you." And he skirts wide of the dragon, and offers his hand. He says, "My name is Orlea. I am the one of the dock masters here in Skaug."
Oh, the Dockmaster, of course, a pleasure. You were mentioned, although not by name, only by title.
How do you plan on pay for the docking fee?
What is the docking fee, if I might ask? And what amount?
10 gold pieces a day, of course.
No, is
I want
that
to
all?
insight check that.
Not a problem. No, don't insight. We're not here to barter. He's a pirate.
I'm
Well,
not saying anything. I just want to see if I can tell if he's telling the truth.
I would insight check it as well, actually. I only got a 9.
We got
Seems
12.
like a good deal to us.
Not sure.
Does anybody else
Seems
want to
alright.
Because I think I'm the poorest one in the party.
I'll pay. I will hand him 20 gold and say,
More can be provided later if needed.
Sorry, say that one more time, Aaron.
More can be provided later if needed.
Of course. So you're only paying for 1 day to start, then, huh?
That is 20.
If we need...
Yeah, he did.
22 days, of course, of course.
And where can
all
we
right.
find you should we decide to extend our stay here in the free city of Skaug?
The dock master's office, of course.
Of course.
And then him and his lizardman companion turn and walk away.
Well, we're in.
So in like westerns when like, or like Back to the Future 3, when like Marty McFly walks into the tavern, like everything
Sure.
stops and everybody looks at them, and that sort of person is like clearly out of place and doesn't belong there.
Oh, is that us?
record scratch.
That's you guys. The second you step foot off of that dock into the harbor, everybody kind of gives you a wide berth and watches you, and you can tell there's some talking and chattering. You do notice Flotsam and Jetsam are staying further than 25 feet behind you,
That's
and
fine.
not acting like they even remotely know you at all.
Perfect.
Are people interacting with Flotsam and Jetsam at all?
Yes, they are occasionally interacting with people, not at like, it doesn't seem like it's anything abnormal, but they seem to blend in fairly well. They look like you could plop them right into here and they wouldn't stand out even a bit.
Bryn would probably like this place.
Rin would probably like this place.
Raylan is doing her best to catch anyone giving her a look that's more negative than interested, and give her best Karen, I will destroy you, or stare down.
Make an insight check.
Raylan's really good at looking like an unapproachable Karen. That's her whole deal.
Resting bitch face.
She has the resting bitch face plus infernal resting bitch face.
Resting bitch face.
As you're kind of scoping out the people that are scoping you out, you get the impression that almost anybody who looks at you guys is offended by your presence.
Raylan looks offended by their presence.
So where to?
She's doing her best to give off vibes that say, I am the manager. I don't know where we're going. Does anybody else?
Well, we could always go to the tavern.
It's true, taverns are always good. I'm down with that.
There are a number of taverns.
Let's go find a tavern.
How are you going to find a tavern? You're just going to walk around till you see one?
Uh,
Time to go exploring.
Raylan will just pull someone aside and say, I need a drink. Where can I find one?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
17.
The person that you randomly speak with says, "Oh shit, where'd it go? Oh, there it is." It says, "I'm sure the Keel Hall would love the likes of you all," and scurries away quickly.
Oh, dear sir, if you'd like to accompany us, I'd be happy to buy you a drink in exchange for
Nope, have
providing
fun.
Nobody turns Raylan down for a drink. Raylan will memorize his exact face.
We kill him.
Alright, well, let's go find the Keel Hall.
All right, how are you going to go about finding the Keel Hall?
Raylan will pull some random person aside and say, I'm looking for the Keel Hall. If you can point me in the right direction, I'd happily provide you with a drink. Once we're inside.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
One of these times he's got to roll low.
Nope. I looks at the lot of you. Goes, "You're going to the Keel Hall. I don't need a drink, but it's right over there." And he points to a building.
Thank
Am
you.
I getting a vibe off of him that like it's like it's your funeral if you go there?
Make an insight check.
We already knew it was our funeral before we got here. This is nothing new.
7. I'm blissfully ignorant.
You saw a butterfly, so you're not sure.
A tavern
I-
brawl
I-
sounds great. Let's go.
Saw a butterfly wearing a pirate hat.
I think Balazar saw the whole thing. He just is not getting the cultural difference in language. He just doesn't understand the implication.
So you approach the cavern known as the Keel Hall. It's a pretty large square building. It looks like, from the outside as you approach, that the tavern / inn takes up the building itself. Just one building for one business, and it's a fairly good size. You notice as you're approaching the front door, there's what looks almost like the opening of a kid's slide next to the door. And actually, hold on, it would be, scratch that. So the Keel Hall would be very close to the dock's edge, and the opening of the slide would be actually on the side, visible from the front door, but going into the water.
Okay, so there's like a water slide out front, basically, off the dock.
It looks that way.
Okay. Well, Raylan will walk inside.
Make a
The music stops. Everybody looks at us.
Rex
yeah.
doing stuff?
So yeah, how is Rex a medium-sized creature?
Yes.
Actually, Raylan would want to walk in like 5 minutes ahead of the group so that she can be inside and settled before the group comes in, so that she can appear not with them. And she'd like try to just start talking to pirates, and then when the group comes in, she can see if they're like, she can just see what they say about the group, you know, see what people say
Okay.
behind their back.
Balazar would be cool with that plan of action.
All right. So Raylan, you walk in, and you don't stand out too much. You don't quite look like a pirate, but you're not quite the same way your companions stand out. And so, from as best you can tell, nobody really pays you much heed. It's a huge kind of open floor with a kind of like a circular bar area in the middle. They have like an open fire with the spit that appears to be spinning and like open air roasting some kind of large fish. There's a kind of a funnel above it so it doesn't get too smoky in the main room, although it is a little bit smoky. Along one random, or not one, but one wall off to the side, it looks like there are a number of stools where you would speculate with the wide variety of persons over there that you could purchase companionship by the hour, should you so choose to do so. There's card tables, people playing dice, bunch of people just drinking and arm wrestling, and a random fight breaks out in the corner and nobody seems to notice. There are stairs in the back. You can kind of see so the main floor is open and you can see up to the 2 floors above it. It's a 3-story building, and so you can see there's like a ledge. When you go up the stairs, there's like a ledge that leads to rooms on each side. Same thing on the 3rd floor. So you can actually stand in front of your room on the 2nd or 3rd floor and look down to the main floor where all the stuff is going on.
Ooh, I like it.
And
A balcony.
It's like an interior balcony, though. And there's 2 layers to that, so the 2nd and 3rd floor both have
the 2nd and 3rd floor both have them.
Oh, I
and
really
then
like it.
you notice on the 2nd floor, there appears to be a similar sized opening on the 2nd floor on the same side as the opening on the outside of the building. And then standing in the center, one of the persons who works there in the kind of center bar area where the open fire is roasting some large fish is a large minotaur with a scar running down his snout that splits his top lip.
Oh. Raylan would take all this in for a second and walk up and say, "Cleft, I presume?"
He kind of gives you the up down. Says, yeah, who's asking?
Well, you see, we captured some goblins floating on a raft a while ago named Flotsam and Jetsam, who told many tales about.
He tells many tales about lots of things. They're not much of a capture. I'm surprised you haven't wanted to let them go yet.
I've thought about letting them go more ways than one. Are they friends of yours, then? It's hard to tell which parts of their stories were true and which were fabrication.
The friends is maybe a strong word.
But they don't owe you money, or you don't have any grudge with them, per se.
I don't know. I think Jetsam owes everyone money.
Well, we still have him. If you'd like to purchase them from us, we'd certainly be willing to make a trade. You see, we're new here, and we're trying our best to get into good standing.
He kind of looks past you. Says, we?
I have friends wandering about. We have heard many tales of Tentrix. That name, Tentrix?
Yeah.
I've heard many tales of Tentrix, and we're hoping to go into business together. We think we have some interesting perspective that he might find useful. And we're not really sure where to start, to be honest. How would one get a hold of the Pirate King if they needed to?
Make a deception check.
I am very deceptive.
You jinxed
Not today,
yourself.
apparently.
You jinxed yourself when you said
You
it.
did. You jinxed it.
I did.
Okay, Thomas, roll initiative.
Fuck.
He's make an insight check too.
I'm very insightful.
I think you were not, if I recall. You are.
I'm fairly insightful.
So as you say that, he's kind of looking at you, not really saying anything. You get the feeling he's considering his response. And you also are aware the second the word Tentrix came out of your mouth, his entire bodily demeanor shifted.
In a good way or a bad way?
Like, did he get defensive?
I would say he went more from casual conversation to seriously paying attention.
Well, what does he say?
He says, well, he doesn't talk to just anybody.
I'm not just anybody.
What was your name again?
My name is Raylan.
I'll be honest, Raylan. I don't believe you.
About what?
About much of anything, to be honest. You should be careful here, Linskaug. Tentrix is very popular.
I've heard.
Would you like a table?
I'll sit at the bar, thank you.
He puts down a half-filled, half-foam ale in front of you and walks away.
Damn it! Damn it!
Good try though.
I fucked it up.
You did
No,
wrong. It's
you
just the
played
dice.
great. You rolled low.
So a few minutes later, Balazar, Leah, and Max come in. Leah, are you bringing the dragon inside with you?
No, I'm not leaving him outside.
Yeah, you can't leave it outside. You can have him take a lap, fly around.
He actually can fly. He just can't fly with me on his back.
Yeah, you can have him fly around. Probably
Sure.
be safe up in the sky.
So you guys
Sure, I'll
walk
have him
in.
explore a little bit.
So is he coming inside with you or no?
No, I'm gonna tell him to go fly around the island and take a look at everything.
I don't think the sky's particularly a safe place for him, but it's probably safer than in here, honestly.
So as you're sitting there, Raylan, waiting for a couple minutes to go by after Cleft goes away, before your friends or your companions come in, you notice a commotion at one of the gambling tables. You hear one of them accuse another one of being a cheater. They yell at each other. He lifts up his shirt and he sees he's got like card stuff into the waistband of his pants and he starts screaming, no, no! And then these three guys at the table grab this poor dude and they start hauling him up to the second floor from the first floor. And then your friends walk in and the music stops.
Raylan will just kind of
And even those three guys who are dragging that dude kind of look at like, what the hell are these
Raylan
people?
will immediately start giggling, suddenly very entertained, and will follow to see where they take this guy.
They're not. As soon as your friends walked in, they stopped walking because they want to see what these people are doing.
I just kind of smile as I look around at all the faces.
Yeah, literally, like everybody in this place is watching you guys.
To try to take attention off them, Raylan will like say in her best man voice impression, "Hey, let's deal with this cheater."
Make a deception check, I suppose.
17.
The three of them look around and they go, yeah, but hold on. And you guys standing in the doorway, you walking in, what are you doing?
Balazar will remember that this is the oh god, it's named after the keel hall. It's the keel hall, and
It is the keel hall.
the proprietor of the keel hall is Minotaur.
And there is a massive minotaur in the center of this place standing at you guys with one eyebrow raised.
And Balazar will walk up to the Minotaur and say,
Hello. I would like ale and food, please.
He kind of looks at the guy next to him. The guy kind of shrugs his shoulders. He kind of saunters over. You and your friends are definitely new here.
Yes.
What brings you to Skaug?
Information. Well, looking for information.
That's a very dangerous thing. Who are you looking for information for?
I'm looking for information for myself.
What about Pale Boy and Pretty Girl over there?
Hey, they don't know we're together.
No, Pale Boy is Max.
Thought I was pretty girl.
No.
That's Lita.
That's Leah.
Leah
Oh,
says,
okay.
"Thank you."
Balazar will say,
You should ask them yourself.
a gesture for Max and Leodel to.
Yeah, I would approach.
Well, if you can find a table, good luck. He kind of points at a group over there. It's kind of in the corner. There's like, you see a half a dozen people passing coins back and forth. He says, you know what they're doing over there?
Betting if we're gonna make it out here alive, I take.
Pretty close. And then he walks away.
Raylan's just annoyed that her friend's coming in has gotten in the way of her witnessing a perfectly good murder.
Did they go back to the murdering the guy?
Nope. Everyone kind of watches you guys sit down. And the guy that was with Cleft brings over some of the whatever it was that's in that spit. Looks like kind of a giant fish. Looks like he just basically sawed off some of it, oversalted it, threw it down with some kind of overcooked vegetables, and gave you guys all a bunch of half-filled ale mugs. And charged you more than it should be. And everyone.
This server gentleman, does he look like? What is he wearing?
I just like would be like basic sailor clothes is what pretty much everybody in here looks like.
Sure. I guess my question is, what's the condition of it?
I mean, the condition of the clothes for what a basic sailor would be, basically. So not great.
Kind of tattered.
It's a working man's uniform.
Working man, yeah. Functional, but not pretty or nor. It's not. There's not a bunch of holes in it, but you can tell there were holes in it that have been patched. It's a little stainy, a little threadbare.
I want to look around and I want to see if I can see anyone that looks like they have clothes that are particularly tattered that might benefit from fixing.
I mean, I'm sure you could find somebody who's got really nasty ass tattered clothes, yeah.
Okay, I'd like to approach, and I would offer to mend their clothes if they were willing to let us sit and converse with them.
He says no, and then walks to some other table.
All right.
Hey, who are these new guys? They were weird.
Should have brought muffins, Jay.
I know.
Right?
That was my play at muffins. I guess I'm not as good as Andrew.
The music does slowly start, and you get the impression that nobody is really not watching you guys.
But they kind of pretend to go back to what they were doing.
That's exactly right. And you kind of get the feel like everybody is kind of staring at you while like slowly chewing their food, you know? Thomas, roll a D2.
In prison, this would mean we're about to get shanked.
1.
That's correct. 1 of 2. The dude that those 3 guys had in the commotion tried to slip away, but they grabbed him, And as he's screaming, and you get the feeling that like half of the place is watching this dude laughing at them, and the other half is like staring at your friends and wondering what the hell's wrong with these guys. They drag him up to the second story, and they throw him in that hole.
Raylan has a demeanor about her that is very rare. You've only seen it once or twice when she was strangling that guy, and she's just giggling like a schoolgirl following, watching them throw this guy in the hole, having the time of her life.
And as he gets thrown in this hole, you kind of hear, and then a bunch of cheering and laughing.
Raylan runs over and peeks in the hole, giggling.
When you get up to the hole, it's literally a chute that goes from the second floor down to the first floor and into the ocean below. However, the chute is where is it? The chute on the inside of it is covered with razor sharp barnacles.
Ooh.
So it's like being keel-hauled. Interesting.
Raylan gives a round of applause to herself and everybody else. Not like just instinctually.
So Balazar would like to see if anyone is paying the group particularly more attention than the general.
Make an
room is.
insight check.
I will guide myself. Ugh, might not matter. 8. I don't notice anything probably then.
Salazar, do you think they have rooms here? Should we try to find a
I think.
room?
Oh, I'm not there. Never mind.
I think if we are to sleep in this place, we should all sleep in the same room and be very cautious. I am feeling not well liked.
Me either. I think the only reason we haven't been attacked yet is they're not completely convinced that we wouldn't murder them all.
Possible. I'm not sure. I will think I will go be looking at this card game. See if I can be understanding it.
Balazar wants to go watch the card game, see if he can learn the basic rules of it by watching.
Okay. I'm sure you could pick up the rules of it pretty quickly.
He wants also, once he's got the basic rules, to try to start counting the cards. As one would do in blackjack or such.
As you're trying to watch, you feel a tug on your purse string.
I will turn and see who's tugging at it.
Do I see this from where I'm sitting?
No, I think you're distracted.
Okay.
You turn around and you see a bearded woman dwarf who, when you turn around and she realizes it's not Stuttle anymore, just takes out a dagger to start cutting your coin purse off.
I will I will grab my coin purse and hold it with my hand and say,
This is not for you, this is mine.
Make an intimidation check.
17. Pretty good for me.
With considering it's a -1, yeah. You see her consider you, and she sheathes her dagger and walks away.
Wait.
And then you hear a bunch of people kind of go, "Oh," as she walks away.
Oh, but as she turns, I will say,
Wait. I will provide you gold for information.
Make a perception check or a persuasion check.
9.
She says, "I won't need to. My friends and I will collect it off your corpse in the morning. Sleep well."
Bitch.
I want to insight check that too. Is that a genuine threat? Nope. Don't know.
Oh, so many people here need to get murdered. Oh, Raylan's getting happy.
I'm gonna go back to watching the card game.
I need Leah and Raylan to make a perception check.
If we're not looking for something, wouldn't
Oh, it should be passive
wouldn't it be
perception. That's true. So
passive perception?
what is both of your passive perceptions actually?
Uh,
Good
for-
call, Jay,
for me,
actually.
it's 15.
Yeah, we need to use that more. You're right.
12.
What was yours, Leah?
15.
Okay, so both Raylan and Max, Raylan and Leah, notice something. After you guys are there for a few minutes, you see Max staring at the entrance to the place, and then he kind of pulls his cowl forward over and starts slumping down in his chair a little bit.
Like he's trying to hide his face from us,
You don't think it's from you?
but he's trying to hide his face.
That appears to be so, yes.
Who was this?
Max.
Okay.
Then I'll take note of that and start asking people what the exact parameters are for when you're allowed to throw someone down the barnacle chute.
I thought I was sitting next to Max the whole time. I'm just
You are.
not-
You are literally sitting next to him, and he's pulling his cowl over his face more and slumping down in his chair.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look over to him and say, "Are you not feeling well? What's going on?"
There are some people that I don't want to see me.
Max, at this point, you realize she has 100% seen you, and you guys have made eye contact with one another.
I'm gonna say, "Ooh."
She looks
and-
like
and
she's seen a
why?
ghost.
I probably look about the same. I'll stand up and walk over to her.
She says, "I thought you were dead." You guys see Max, by the way, get up from the table, walk toward the entrance as these two intercept these two women that came in. One of them is a light blue dragonborn woman. Standing with her is a human woman, which is the one Max begins speaking with. She says, "I thought you were dead."
Do I see this?
I thought
as
you
well?
were dead too.
What's your passive perception?
14.
Then yes, you would see it, even though you're paying attention to the cards.
I will start paying more attention to what Max is doing than the cards, and I might edge a little closer towards him so I can try to hear the conversation.
She says, "Are you okay?"
I'm gonna point to my face and point at the scars on my face, like, no, not really. How did
And
you
then-
survive?
It's a long story. She looks at you. "How are you here?"
That's also a long story.
No, I mean here. You're not staying here, are you?
Not for long.
That's good. You may as well start painting a bullseye on your back.
What are you doing here?
Oh, this is this is my fiance. I'm getting married in 2 days.
Oh, congratulations.
Just to thank you. I mean, you're welcome to come if you want. And don't dress like that.
Hey, where's it gonna be at?
Right in the harbor, actually. There's going to be a feast, and dancing, and lots of merriment. Should be fun.
Any chance that we could catch up and before then?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. Why don't you? There's a ship with red sails. It's called the Crimson Sunset. That's my ship. Just come by tomorrow. We'll grab a drink.
All right, I'll be there.
She goes, but seriously, you should leave. And then she goes elsewhere in the bar.
I'll go or sit back down, looking like I've seen a ghost, and just talk to him.
What you find, Raylan, the rules for the keelhaul shoot is basically anybody who can physically force anybody there and throw them down there. It's kind of whatever.
That's funny.
The most common use, though, is cheaters. Or if people bet money they don't have.
All right, Raylan would just go sit down somewhere and kind of watch her companions and keep an eye out for when they're ready to leave or whatever they're going to do next.
All right, what are you guys doing?
I don't know.
If Balazar has
That's where I'm at.
Leah is not sure why we're here.
We need to find a way to talk to Tendrix. And when you don't know where to go, you go to a tavern.
True.
And this tavern's really cool.
Yes, Jay understands this, but Leah is lost.
I think Balazar, if he's watched the card game enough to think that he can have some sort of advantage by counting cards, would try to play if they would let him.
They would not let him know.
Unfortunate. Then he'll go back to the table and sit across from Max and say,
Who is this person?
Well, a thing that happened to me a long time ago. The reason why I'm here,
Yes.
she was one of the others.
I thought only you and the other survived. There was a third.
I thought so too. I thought she was dead. Meeting with her tomorrow on her ship.
Happy
Interesting.
reunion?
Sorry, what'd you say, Jay?
A happy reunion?
That has yet to be determined. But she is getting married.
Oh.
So we can use her to get the information we need. She is more likely to be amenable.
She might be. She just disappeared one day, and not really sure what happened to her. I thought she was dead, so I don't know what happened to her. She may not be friendly towards me.
How
Just
far
not
away
sure
is she?
yet.
How far away is she from us, DM?
Like physically right now in the tavern?
30 feet?
She's on the other side of the tavern. You see her talking to a rather large pirate who looks like he has a small group behind him.
Does it look like a friendly conversation?
Make an insight check.
I'd be making sure I'm saying all this stuff so that they can't hear or she can't hear me.
I would like
You're not sure, but it is an animated conversation.
That's an 11.
Raylan at this point would stand up very obviously and walk outside, like trying to motion that she needs to talk to her peoples. So she's just going to go outside and see if they follow. And then she'd go outside and find like an alley across the street or something so that they can talk without being seen together.
I don't know if Balazar gets it.
You might not get it.
I would follow.
She'd do like a, all right, best get going, and like slide her chair out loudly so that her friends see.
Time to saddle up.
Time to start hitting the old dusty trail.
Yeah.
Wait a couple minutes and I'd go.
All right. You guys find a place that you think you won't be seen too obviously. The docks are pretty busy, so that place isn't particularly easy to find, at least for any length of time.
Sure. And Raylan would be like, I think I have an idea. Brian, remind me, what's the name of that guy that they just asked about who used to have our ship?
Dempster.
Dempster?
Mhm.
We can say we're here on behalf of Dempster and hopefully get an audience with Mr. Tentacle King that way.
Perhaps. We do not know the nature of the mission he was sent upon, though.
I think our main objective is simply to talk to the guy, though. I don't know if we need to maintain our ruse for long. Either way, we'll need to find somewhere safe to strategize. I think perhaps we go back to our ship for the night. I don't think staying in a tavern is going to be good for our health.
I think you are right. As such, we should have a watch.
Need to find a place where we can get some new clothes too. Unless we have some at the ship that we can change into. I don't know if we do or not.
Probably not.
At this point, Flotsam and Jetsam run up to you guys and say, "You better get moving. They put together an outsider posse." And then they run off.
Anyone else think maybe running is not the right idea? Maybe if we stand and fight, we can earn some respect.
Yes, I want to murder some of these people. I've been killing fish and I want to kill a real, thinking, sentient person, you know? Got the itch.
I want to know that someone had hopes and dreams when I snuffed their life out.
You get me, Balazar.
As long as we make it clear that we're not interested in making trouble, and they make the first aggressive moves, I don't see how we could be put at fault.
I'd prefer that they know we're here to make trouble and know to stay out of our way. They don't want any of this trouble.
Fault may not be relevant to them.
Well, they're pirates. They're not monsters. Trust me, I know monsters.
Yes.
So what are you guys doing?
We can find some new clothes at a general store of some kind.
I think we find some clothes, then we go visit Maxie's friends, and then back to our ship for the evening. Then in the morning we can make another...
Tomorrow is when we visit Max's friends. That is when they are having their wedding.
Let's find some clothes, and then seems like perhaps we might have to kill some people, and then after that maybe we can go see this Tentrix.
Perhaps.
Priority 1, kill somebody. Priority 2, go meet Tentrix. Priority 3, clothes. Priority 4, Max's friends. Everybody cool?
We should make every effort to see Max's friends.
Yes, but after the killing.
I'll be seeing them tomorrow no matter what.
Yeah.
And also, when we get to the ship, I'd like to go in alone.
You sure?
Yes.
Alright.
All right. So do you guys go back to the ship? Is that the plan?
I think we're going to a general store for new clothing.
Or if there's just any clothes hanging out, just grab them as I walk by.
Okay, let's not do that. Let's go buy some clothes.
What could go wrong?
I was
And,
gonna
uh,
suggest some kind of heist.
You guys can find a place to purchase more appropriate clothing fairly easily.
And now that Raylan knows there's a, what do they call it, an outsider party?
Posse.
Posse. Raylan has changed her demeanor to come fucking get a piece. Everybody she looks at, she gives them like, oh, what? Not like, what? You gonna do it? Are you the guy? You think you're the guy? You think you're the guy? Like every person she passes, she's given fighting
I haven't
words
been beaten
via
in a fight
eyeballs
since I
too.
was 9. Maybe now's the time.
It's probably a good thing that Kren and Raylan are not in the same party.
What could go wrong?
Both a bit hot-headed, both not afraid to start some shit. It could be a problem.
Add Gallowitz in there too.
He's just a psychopath. He's not hot-headed. He's fucking crazy, dude.
Raylan's not hot-headed either. She's just differently
Wired.
wired.
She's a hothead.
I disagree.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what's the watch for tonight?
Oh, well, did we find clothes?
Yeah, you guys find clothes easily enough.
And then we're going back to our ship to sleep.
All right.
I put them on over my leather armor.
Sure.
Same. And I'm making sure, as normal, I'm casting an alarm, covering
Alright.
entrance down to the below the ship. I'm not sure if I can cast it to where it covers entrances to the ship.
There's basically only one normal entrance, which is the
Yeah,
game.
but people
point.
could scale the side of the
I
ship.
could. Yep.
Can I do the normal entrance plus the stairs to downstairs? It's a 20-foot cube.
Probably
Sure.
not.
Raylan will volunteer to keep watch. She'll say that she's fallen behind on her prayers and feels the need to make sure that she's caught up before
Well, I could spend 4 hours on
the
watch,
murder
'cause-
spree.
So I only need 4 hours of
Is that an
sleep.
insight check on me?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an 8.
Do what?
I mean, seems legit. It's an 8.
Well, I mean, you would still have to roll a d20 add charisma.
She's not trying to hide anything. She's straight up.
If she has prayers.
Mhm.
Okay.
Balazar is legitimately surprised.
She's just not very good about remembering to do them.
All right. So, who's on watch then?
I will take first watch.
Raylan will also take first watch.
I can do second and third.
I'll do third.
Oh. Let me add a d4 for guidance.
I'm gonna have
Hey.
everybody who's on watch make a perception check.
26.
While on watch, Raylan does do her prayers, and Balazar, you'd probably be very perturbed by them. It's a lot of like, bring ruin upon their house and hear the lamentations of their women type stuff.
I've got no idea what it is, though. I rolled a 1 on religion check.
Yeah, I don't know what the religion is, but it sounds fucking awful.
Just wondering, what's the rules with like using perception and having your passive perception? Can your regular perception go lower than your passive perception?
So, passive perception you use when you're actively trying to find
when you're
something.
not actively.
I'm sorry, yeah. The perception roll is when you're actively trying to look for something, and passive perception is when you're not. It's just you kind of how aware you are and you happen to notice, basically.
They would cover different things. Like, passive perception is more for like mundane shit, and perception checks are for specific things. Because I had a character one time that had a passive perception of, I shit you not, 35. And if that's the case, like, I never have to roll perception for anything ever, right? So
I always thought perception checks are when you're trying to look for something.
Yeah,
And
actively.
passive perception checks are just
Yeah,
what you
and
notice
passive
when
is
you're
what you
not
just
trying.
happen to notice,
but
and the
some
roll is when
things-
you're actively looking for something.
some things you're only going to notice when you're actively looking for them, like
Sure.
traps. Like, you will never passively perceive a trap. You have to actively check for traps.
All right. As best as you all can tell, the night passes uneventfully. You wake to a beautiful spring day, not a cloud in the sky, very calm waters. What's the plan for today?
I will put on my filthy clothes.
Raylan wakes up grumpy.
Why is Raylan grumpy?
No one even tried to kill us last night.
I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunity happening soon.
All right. Said my prayers for nothing.
Are we trying to blend in? I suppose I could leave Rex on the ship.
Oh, I think that we're beyond blending in.
We will be less obvious in these clothes than we will be otherwise.
As you guys are leaving, you hear Flotsam and Jetsam are on deck, and Jetsam goes, "I was wrong. You guys did make it today."
So how much did you lose then?
What is an outsider party?
5. Oh, an outsider posse.
Yes.
Yes, well, the Port of Skaug, they don't like informants and authority figures and the Lord's Alliance. And, some people just kind of look a role, and when they're not sure, they get an outsider posse and they get rid of them.
No one even tried to get rid of us.
That's not what I heard.
What did you hear?
What did
I heard
hear?
you guys made quite an impression.
Explain more, Goblin.
Well, we were hanging out outside the Keel Hall, and after you left, the posse came from inside the bar. There was some woman yelling at them. I don't really know what that's about. They didn't kill her, though, so good for her, I suppose.
What'd she look like? Max, is this your woman?
He describes, her name is Balama, by the way. He describes what Balama looks
Balama.
like.
Okay.
Balama.
That's unfortunate. She has convinced them not to attack us, it would seem.
I don't know if she convinced them or not. She was trying. They looked like they were ready to kill somebody, though.
They might receive more than they bargained for if they tried with us.
Oh, I have no doubt. Jetsam will be with you, of course. The master of swashbuckling. Hey, what did old Arlalia want with you guys anyway?
Who?
The dude who you met at the end of the bar, the end of the harbor, the dockmaster.
Oh, he wanted to know where Destrin?
Dempster.
Dempster is, sorry. I knew it was a D name this time.
He wanted to know where Dempster is.
Ah. Weird. I wonder what business he had with Dempster.
Well, we told him we work for Dempster, so that's what we're going with.
Oh, makes sense. Even though they all knew you were lying.
Are they gonna do something about it or what?
Well, they tried, but you guys left before the posse got there.
They can't follow us? This is the worst murder posse I've ever heard of.
It's not a murder posse, it's an outsider posse.
You're
What's
the
the
one-
difference?
Well, they don't necessarily murder you. If you cooperate, they might just let you leave.
We're not going to cooperate.
They're not evil, Raylan. They're just principled.
Me too!
Well, I might be evil.
Small goblin. We
Well,
are
be
wanting
careful.
We are wanting to meet with the Pirate King. How would we go about this?
Cleft could probably hook you up if he wanted to.
Yeah, he doesn't like me.
I hear there's a
Doesn't
big.
like any of us.
I hear there's a big party tomorrow. He'll probably be there.
A party?
Aye, the wedding. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, we get to go to a wedding.
People are going to be dressed nicely there.
I think flamboyantly is a better word. Colors and showy. You gotta show off all of the cool stuff that you took from other people. Like this! And he holds out a pearl. Oh, shh! And he gives it back to Balazar.
Pull up that shield with the eye and point at Sheriff Blossom like this. No.
Have you taken anything else belonging to me?
No?
Inside check.
Fuck.
Seems
not
like he's telling the
convinced.
truth.
I'm not convinced, so I'm gonna cast sleep on him and
And then
floss
just
him,
start going through his pockets.
and I'm gonna just search him up and down while he's unconscious.
Hold on a minute. Nope. Nothing else he's stolen from you, Balazar.
Is there anything he's stolen from anyone else?
That's what I'm looking.
Okay.
Nope.
I feel like I would have noticed.
Maybe.
You're asleep though.
I mean, now I have all my stuff in my bag of holding.
Not until recently you didn't.
That's true.
Nope, that's the only thing that you find.
I will awaken him by kind of just like, not hard, but not lightly either. Slapping him in the face a few times.
Like, wake up.
That's not cool, Balazar. You need to stop doing that.
You should not steal from me.
Well, I didn't steal it. I borrowed it. I gave it back, obviously.
Would you have, if I hadn't noticed?
You didn't notice. I accidentally showed it to you when I was showing off.
He's got a point.
If you hadn't showed it to me, would you have given it back?
That depends.
On what?
Did you notice it was missing and ask me for it?
What if I had?
Then yeah, I would have probably given it back.
What if I had not?
Probably not.
Raylan will laugh a little bit and put her arm around Flotsam and say, I thought that was very entertaining. And Balazar, I think, learned a valuable lesson about keeping an eye on his wares.
I can't help it. I like shiny things.
But, and this is Flotsam?
This is Jetsam. Flotsam almost never talks.
Jetsam, the next time you steal something from me, I'm gonna cut off one of Flotsam's hands.
Which one?
Both now.
Oh. But I haven't stolen anything from you yet. Don't I get one freebie? You said the next time. There wasn't a first time.
Well, I feel like Balazar's part of the crew, so stealing from him is really stealing from me also.
Just like if someone steals from you, I would cut
But
their
what's-
hands off too.
But once again, I didn't steal it. I borrowed it because I gave it back.
Well, the next time you borrow something from one of us without asking, I'm cutting off Flotsam's hands.
Am I understanding correctly that if Jetsam is stolen from, you will also be cutting off Flotsam hand?
Yes.
That seems harsh.
Well,
I'm
A
going
lot
to
nicer than what I would do.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to try to pull Jetsam's dagger from its sheath and fly it over to my hand.
That's a cool trick. I could steal so much if I knew how to do that.
I have stolen from him, cut off Flotsam's hands.
Oh no, I meant that because they're part of our party, someone can't steal from them either. Just like because you're part of my party, they're not allowed to steal from you.
Fine.
I will give the dagger back.
Leodell looks confused.
Flotsam, if I was you, I would make sure Jetsam doesn't steal.
He says, "You guys are so mean to us. All we do is tell good stories and try to help you." And he goes downstairs.
We saved your life. That's not that mean.
He's already gone. Jetsam, you don't think I'm mean to you, do you? We get along. We're friends.
Are we?
Would you like to be friends?
Well, I thought so. I told you
Well-
some of my best stories.
I think we can be great friends, but first, we need you to help us talk to this tentacle king.
Tentrix? Oh.
Yep.
I don't know how much I can help with that, but I suppose I'll try. Do you think he likes good stories?
Only one way to find out.
That's true. I've never told a story to a pirate king before. That sounds fun and dangerous. I might die.
You
I don't know
might.
if I'm going to do that. I'm going to think about it. What are we doing today?
Keep it together, Jetsam. Focus.
What are we doing today?
Leodell still has no idea.
The
He is
Minotaur,
like, I'm so confused.
the Minotaur could potentially arrange the meeting, but seems to not be liking us.
Oh, Jetsam, that Minotaur guy, he likes you, right?
Likes is a strong word.
God damn it.
He doesn't dislike me. He thinks I'm entertaining and sometimes annoying.
Oh, it's like us. That's how we feel about you.
Oh, pish posh. You guys love a good story.
Do you think you could convince the Minotaur to enter favor with us?
Probably not, but I can try. Did I ever tell you guys about the time I escaped from the sinking of the Sea Witch?
So I think we're gonna go to Max's friend's ship, yes? And if no trouble seeks us out, we'll seek out trouble at this party, right? We can hopefully have an impromptu audience with Tentrix there if we aren't able to acquire one by traditional means.
Storm was so big, with waves that were 80 feet high.
What do you think, Balzar?
I am thinking this is a good opportunity to meet the king.
Jetsam starts
However-
making storm sounds.
It would be unfortunate to ruin Max's friend's wedding at the same time.
We're not going to ruin it. We're just going to talk to him.
I do not think that talking with him will not end in violence, but possibly.
Probably best to ask Max about it then, see how he feels. Max, how do you feel about it?
I'm just walking off the ship right now, going towards the other ship to meet my friend. I kind of did that mid-conversation.
And then I grabbed the captain, and I kept her from going overboard.
You're very brave.
We should probably go with Max. I know he doesn't want us on the ship, but we should at least be nearby in case one of these non-committal murder parties are there.
Non-committal murder.
Max, you find the Crimson Sunset pretty easily. It's just a few docks down.
We're gonna try to hang out like around the dock.
Okay, that's easily
Same
done.
dock.
It's one of the larger ships in the dock.
If Max is, as we're walking, if Max is within 120 feet of me, I will cast sending, or not sending, but message, and tell him telepathically.
Be trying to see if she has a way to meet the Pirate King. Yes.
I will, but that'll be the last thing we talk about.
Of course.
So is everybody dressed in their piratey clothes now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I left Rex behind, sadly.
All right.
But I can always resummon him.
So all of you would notice this, but Max would notice this in particular because you have to walk through it. As you're walking up to the Crimson Sunset, you can see that there's on the gangplank from the ship to the dock is decorated, and they have a bunch of tables out there, and there's a fountain. It looks like they're putting together a little platform. There's people out there decorating the ship itself, and waiting is Balama at the base of the dock as you go up. And she sees you and waves, and she basically just starts walking with you along the dock. And we'll go into the secret channel room now. So if you want to do the recording in there, Jay, you can do that too.
I'm gonna go get my secret Cheetos.
All right, Max. So Balama gives you a very friendly greeting as you approach, and she says, "Good idea to change your attire." And you have noticed this morning, you guys did make a little bit of a stir last night, so there were definitely some people watching you guys, but it wasn't nearly the same as it was yesterday.
Okay.
And she says, "Well, I mean, I guess we can just jump right to it. Why aren't you dead?"
I escaped? I thought you were dead when you were taken and never returned. What happened there?
No, I think the captain became a little taken with me, and I got to know him a little bit. He offered to have me join his crew, and I did. It's the first time I've had real family, and I've been with him ever since.
Max is just gonna pause a little bit, like taking on that information, thinking she joined them after what they did to us. Like,
She says, I learned a little bit. From Murray, the captain.
and what did you learn?
Well, the first thing I learned was Neptia. He wasn't who he said he was. That was the little leader of your guys' group.
Yeah. What did the captain say he was?
Well, apparently Neptia was, or this is what Murray says anyway. He was actually a follower of Loviatar. And the ritual we were doing wasn't what we thought it was. Loviatar is the goddess of pain and suffering.
Okay. Does he know? And just like now, I want to be like kind of inside checking everything that you're saying. I don't know if you want me to just make one big inside check for all of it.
Sure.
Okay.
As best you can tell, she believes what she's telling you to be true.
Okay. Well, if they knew what they were doing, why? I kind of find it hard to believe that pirates would go in and try and stop that sort of stuff.
Oh, he didn't. I don't think he really cared about the ritual itself, but Neptia stole some things from Murray that he needed to get the ritual done. So you can't just let, you're a pirate captain. You can't just let people steal from you and get away with it. So he thought we were all Neptia's followers and not really being manipulated by him.
If he wasn't worried, if he didn't care about the ritual, then why was he asking me everything I knew about it? Not just about the objects, but everything. To me, it seemed like he wanted to do the ritual himself.
That's true. I mean, maybe both. The ritual, or at least what I was told, was one of servitude and bondage. So maybe he wanted to learn the ritual to bend others to his will. He's I mean, he's a captain. A pirate captain. He likes to, gain power, and I suppose he could do something like that if he wanted. Maybe it was both.
Let's see. Is he still trying to perform the ritual, or look for into the ritual at all? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Is there any way I can speak to him?
I can ask him, I suppose. He had some things to do in town. I think he's supposed to be back tonight.
Do you happen to know if anyone else from our sect is still alive?
Not to my knowledge. I thought I was the only one. I only thought I was lucky because he fancied me.
What did you think happened to me and the other guy?
Well, I just thought he killed you all, thinking you were with Neptia.
You didn't think about checking on us while we were being tortured the entire time you were gone?
Well, at the time, I wasn't really on his good side. I was just somebody who he had taken an interest in. I wasn't really in a position to do anything like that. I was just trying to survive too.
Well, guess I can't really fault you for that. I do have a question for you though.
Sure. I'm glad you're alive, though.
I too. But have you been changed in any way? Like, do you have a hunger for something at all times?
She says yes. I was going to ask you the same.
Seems like the same thing happened to you as well. Happened to the other guy too. Unfortunately, I ended up having to kill him myself.
That's unfortunate. I will say, the life aboard a pirate ship has been made it easier for me to keep up with that part of myself.
Does all the crew know about that part of you?
No, not all. Some trusted.
If you don't mind me asking, what is it that you hunger for?
Um, Blood. Do you not? Is there other things you could?
For me, it's not blood. If I had to put it, I think it'd be like the life force of people.
Can you imagine if he had finished that? What our life would be like?
I don't know. I'm still honestly not sure if I believe the part about the ritual and him
Well, if it is
betraying us.
true, he's not a great, perfect man by any stretch of the imagination, but if what he says is true, then Captain Murray saved us from who knows what.
Yes, that's true. But still find it hard to believe, especially since I've never seen this, talk to this captain. I've known Akanta for a while. Didn't
Well,
uh,
I mean, he'll be at the wedding tomorrow. If you don't ruin it for me, I'm sure you could speak with him then.
I have no intention of ruining your wedding. I wish you all the happiness in the world. But I would like to talk to him. I will try my very best not to ruin or do anything to harm your wedding.
That's good. You know, I know pirates have a bad name, especially with what's going on now, but um, you know, this is a bit of a home for them. They have a weird code of honor, even though we kill each other. Um, it's like we're only supposed to do that, and they don't really take to outsiders killing each other. Like, we're only allowed to kill each other, not other people aren't allowed to kill us. It's very weird.
It does sound weird. There is something I need to ask though. It's about the Pirate King Tintrix. Is he gonna be at your wedding?
I believe he is.
Well, me and my crew, we're actually here to try and talk to him. Would it be a bad idea for us to talk to him during your wedding? Would that mess up anything for you?
I don't imagine talking to anybody would ruin it. It's a party
Also,
after all.
have you noticed anything weird about him lately? Or I don't know if you really meet Tintrix at all or hear anything.
I know him a little bit. He's, you know, I've only been with the ship for a few months, so I'm, you know, relatively new, but he's been friendly, and I can tell you he's gotten a lot of followers, especially lately. He's gotten much more powerful very quickly. He's kind of, instead of being one of the pirate kings, he's kind of now the pirate king.
Do you know anything about the shield that he has with him?
I've never seen any shield with him. What kind of shield is it?
Ah, it's hard to explain. Really rather not have to drag you into this if I don't have to, so really rather stop it there.
Seriously, Max, don't ruin my wedding, okay?
I'll try not to. But also, do you happen to do you happen to or is that one pirate and whatever talking about the guy who tortured me and the other guy, is he still part of the crew?
He's the captain, Murray.
Oh, he tortured us personally.
Well, would have had you tortured, I suppose, would be the better way to do it.
But
You
yeah.
you want to know about the specific person who physically did it?
Yeah.
Let's find out. Whoops, try again. So no, unfortunately, we lost him shortly thereafter. Clashed with one of the vessels of the Lord's Alliance.
Well, I can't really say unfortunately for me because the things he did, and I'm gonna like pull up my shirt and take off my clothes and show the scars that are all over my body from what he did to me.
I'm sorry, Max. I didn't know.
So, on to brighter news, this dragon board makes you happy?
Michonne? Oh yeah, she's great.
Oh, I'm glad.
I think you'd like her. But I should be getting back. I have a lot of preparation to do.
Alright, I wish you the happiest of life with the
Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
I'll be there.
And she goes back to her ship.
Your mic audio just got really weird, Brian.
It did.
Now or not?
No, it's
Nope.
not.
No,
Yeah,
it sounds
disconnecting,
like you're
reconnecting.
underwater.
No.
Nope.
No, you sound like you're underwater now.
Or
So
like
weird.
something's covering up your mic or something, like put a bag over it. Nope.
Better now?
Oh,
Oh, yep.
Better? Good?
we're getting there.
Yeah,
Now we're
yeah,
good.
There you go.
Okay, weird.
That was weird.
You guys watched as Max and Balama took a kind of a long stroll kind of basically up and down the dock. They kind of just paced back and forth. As best you can tell, it seemed friendly. And then she went back to her ship, and unless he tells me otherwise, I assume he goes back up to you guys.
Yeah, I'll be walking back to the guys, and I'd have a look of a person who's just thinking about a lot of different things.
Everything all right, Max?
Just point of order. How long did this meeting take, Brian?
About 20 minutes.
Okay, I would have been sitting on the ground with my spell book, and about 10 minutes in, I would place my hand on the book and then like pull it up, and as I pulled it up, like a crystalline creature would come out of the book, and I would summon my familiar.
Spicy. So Balazar just kneels down in the middle of the walkway and summons his familiar on the harbor.
Yeah. And I will.
I'm sure that didn't draw any attention.
I will have it maintain a tiny size for now. And,
Okay.
I'll probably just have it like hang out in my pouch or something for the moment.
All right, what's the plan now?
How was your meeting?
It was. It left me with more questions than answers. I don't know. I really have to sort my thoughts. But I'll talk to you about it later, Balazar. No real useful information about Tendrix, but he should be at the wedding tomorrow. And if at all possible, and I look at Raylan and everyone else, mostly Raylan, I'd really like it if this wedding goes without any issues. Please? And I look at Raylan again.
All right.
Insight check. That's a 19 insight check. That's pretty good.
I mean,
Who are you
I
inside
just-
checking?
You.
Me?
no Thomas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Raylan is
Frustrated.
a very
acquiescence.
violent person, but she has grown to somehow actually like you guys and doesn't want to upset Max.
Okay.
So she won't go out of her way to ruin the wedding, but if it
She-
gets ruined through no fault of her own,
Yes,
That's what happened.
she hopes that something crazy happens, but she will not be the one to make it happen.
Gotcha.
She's like, "Oh
Okay.
man, I hope someone tries to murder us at the wedding, because then I get to fight people and it's not my fault."
Tendrix should be at the wedding, but I also need to talk to the captain of their ship at the wedding tomorrow.
Would you like us to avoid Huntrix at all, or can I at least, try to talk to him
No, she said-
in a non confrontational way? Maybe request an audience with him.
Perhaps
We should be able-
attend at the wedding.
We should be able to talk to him. She said that'd be fine. Just, we don't have to stab anyone. Or throw him down that chute that you looked like you really wanted to throw someone down.
Oh, I want to throw someone down that chute so badly.
Just not during the wedding. Any other time's fine.
All right.
But I will be talking to someone during the wedding for a little bit, so. Other than that, I should be with you guys the entire time.
Are you needing any assistance?
No, I just get some more answers.
Very well.
Apparently what I thought happened might not have been what I thought. Well, anyways, shall we head out?
all right, what are you guys doing with the rest of the day?
Let's try a different tavern.
Let's try a different tavern.
All right.
Raylan will look for also a nicer clothing store to purchase a pirate acceptable yet nicer dress for the wedding.
All right. That's easily done.
I think we should probably all do that, or at least Balazar will.
Yeah, Max
It's
will.
what you guess it would be is really not that much more expensive than what you bought. A little bit, not a whole lot. But it's really all about colors
Yeah.
and flamboyance than it is about
Now
style.
we all
and
look like
expense.
Jack Rackham.
How much am
Yeah.
I paying?
I'll work it all in with you guys at the end when
Okay.
when you do all that. Yeah. Okay. So you guys go find you find some more expensive clothes and
And a different tavern.
a different a different tavern. Okay. Hold on a second.
I'm guessing I'm not seeing anything here that would look like a shop that would sell spells. Spell scrolls.
Make an investigation check with disadvantage.
I will guide myself.
There be a black market in a pirate city.
The entire city is a black market.
15.
That's what I figured.
15.
You are able to find a street vendor that has he's like like the Rolex watches where he opens up the jacket and there's a bunch of Rolex watches, but it's like Folex watches. It's like that, but he has a bunch of spell scrolls in there.
Which ones does he have?
So which ones you looking for?
I'll get back to you.
He walks away.
Oh, really? I was saying I'll get back to you, DM.
Oh, okay. Not. I'll get back to you, shady scroll dealer guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll pause that interaction. All right, we'll give we'll give Thomas a minute to get back. The name of the pub that you discover that is not the Keel Hall is the Misty Rat.
Oh yeah, we're going to the Misty Rat.
I'm looking for Liamon's Tiny Hut. Haste. So what's this one? Polymorph. And let's say Phantasmal Killer. Those are the four I'm looking for.
Each one you name, he goes, "Yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, I've got that one."
I want an inside check.
Seems perfectly honest.
I
Okay.
would also like to insight check him, and I will use guidance. Uh-oh.
Seems square. He's got them all.
Your voice when you're saying that, though, Brian, does not sound honest.
I know.
I'm gonna ask him if he's got a foresight.
Is that a spell as well?
Oh yeah.
Man, you need a lot of spells. I don't think I have that one, but I could get it for you. But I definitely have those other four you named.
Asking for power word kill.
What about time stop?
Just don't be silly.
Why not? Do you have everything else?
No, I don't. I just said I didn't have that other one that you named. Which other one did you name?
Foresight.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. I don't have that one.
About astral projection.
Nah, man, that's too big. I don't carry those kind.
Let me see your spell for polymorph. Let me see the actual scroll.
Let me make sure you have the actual money.
You can keep your hand on it. I will not try to take it. I need to make sure it is real.
Oh, it's real, man.
I need to make sure.
Says it's right. I'll just do my business elsewhere. He starts to walk away.
Oh, he's trying to scam you. Fuck that.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
Are there shops here, or is it just kind of bartering with
All the above.
individuals?
No, there's definitely some shops and such here.
What kind of shops are we seeing as we kind of explore?
Basically any shops you would find in a large town. They're just not very regulated.
Are we still getting looks from a lot of people like the first day? Probably less.
Definitely not like the first day, but you are getting some looks here and there, yeah. So to the Misty Rat?
Unless I have nothing else to do before going there.
Leodell is way overplaying the attempt to be piratey.
Random people walk by. Yar!
Exactly.
It's like Hook with Robin Williams. He's like, yar, yar!
Balazar's not even trying to act piratey. He's just dressed the part.
So the Misty Rat is a bit of a dive bar, a single story. You get the feeling it's a tavern only. There is no inn. There's no performers in there. It's just a nice, cheap place for sailors to get their grub on, basically. The tables and chairs look pretty much in disrepair. There's no booze. It's literally just like a room full of tables and chairs. There is a small bar in the back with a door that leads into a back, maybe kitchen area, you would presume, but you're not sure. And you get the impression that the clientele here at the Misty Rat is a dive bar. Is a dive bar even for Skaug. So you guys, even in your blend-in outfits, don't quite blend in. Not in the same way you stood out before, but this is like the diviest of dive bars, basically.
Gotcha.
Damn it, we keep coming in overdressed.
It happened again, son of a...
Are we getting a similar reaction?
No, people here don't seem to care as much for whatever reason. Most, you would say, probably half the clientele looks like about passed out on the tables. The guy behind the bar is kind of bald, with a really long beard. That he looks like he tried to tie into like an ornate braid, but it's not really done very well, so it's kind of disheveled and sticking out from different places. Kind of a big old beer belly that's sticking out from like a greasy shirt. He kind of grunts as you guys enter.
An ale and some food, please.
I want to look at Raylan and see if she really wants to be at the other place right now instead of this place.
No, Raylan's mostly just annoyed. No one's
tried to murder you yet.
Well, she knows it's coming. She just wants to get it out of the way. She's confident Once someone tries to murder them and fails, they'll be good to go.
Leonel is still confused. No idea why we're in this dive bar.
Raylan wants someone to try to murder them so that no one else tries again. She needs someone to make an example of.
Greasy Pete brings you all each a very generous ale. Actually, he's got like large, oversized mugs, and a plate of what looks to be some kind of like jerkified meat that does not look particularly appetizing.
Would Raylan feel better if Max went and paid some people to go and try and kill her?
No, she doesn't want to stage the attack. She wants a real attack.
I mean, they'd actually be trying to kill you. I wouldn't tell them not to try and kill you. Tell them to actually try and kill you.
No, she's fine. She'll just try being friendly and talking to people and seeing if anyone has anything of value to offer. In terms of, she's looking for like anyone of like prestige. Like she was looking for like captains or like crew leaders or people who aren't just
Not Greasy Pete.
yeah, people who aren't Greasy Pete. People who are like maybe like, oh, this guy is probably cool with the Pirate King because he's like the Pirate Duke or something.
We're looking for the Pirate Duke, Brian.
Good to know. I'll make a note of that. All right. As you're drinking your surprisingly palatable ale and not even remotely appetizing jerkified mystery meat.
So what are we doing here?
Wait for tomorrow.
Is that all you guys are doing here? Just waiting for tomorrow?
I can't think of anything else to do.
Okay. Well, we can fast forward till tomorrow.
Right by me.
All right. So you guys eat at the Misty Rat. You leave hungry. The next morning, you guys get up and, I don't know, maybe have breakfast on the ship. And as you descend from the ship onto the docks, you can see in the direction of the crimson sunset, the decorations appear to have been completed. And there's a pretty good sized crowd there. And it looks like people are gathering for the wedding.
How much time do we have before the wedding this day?
90 minutes, let's say.
Pirate weddings. Nothing
Okay.
ever goes wrong there.
No, nothing ever goes wrong with a pirate wedding.
Wouldn't be a pirate wedding without a few deaths.
No. Pirate wedding with at least 3 deaths is considered a dull affair.
Yep.
All right, so we just gonna go over to the pirate wedding and see what happens.
Yep, Raylan will put on her nice little dressy dress and do a quick prayer for the wedding.
Hope somebody kills me. I hope somebody tries to kill me.
How far into the crowd are you guys going to push to try to get to the front or not?
Bowser's hanging at me with a snack table.
Is that where the Pirate King is?
Well, from here you haven't quite gotten there yet. From now, from where you are walking toward, all you kind of see is a crowd of people.
Well, I would think we would be trying to shove our way through until we see the Pirate King, at least.
Raylan is doing her best. I am helpless girl. If only there was a strong pirate captain here to talk to me. Vibes.
So as you guys are arriving, it looks like you've arrived just as they're getting ready to start the actual ceremony. There's a group of piratey people gathered at the base of the gangplank coming down from the Crimson Sunset to the dock. And you can see on the dock is Balama and Mishon. And then standing up and looking like where the priest would be in a wedding is a woman that you've never met before. Hold on 1 second here.
I would like to check for tentacles.
And here you are.
Oh, it's pretty. Whoa, who's that big froggy guy?
Great question.
Well, he's a big froggy guy, obvious.
Where's Flotsam and Jetsam? I'm assuming they're a part of this.
Oh, yeah, of course. I always forget about it. We gotta make sure we bring him in here. Hold on.
I never forget. They've grown on me.
Gotta get those guys in
never
here.
forgets.
Gotta get those guys in here.
This is a very cool map.
It isn't it?
I'm digging it. So this is where like the what? I'm assuming this is like the priest.
That's yeah. She's standing kind of the priestly position, and then you can see the two brides there.
Well, everybody.
We are gathered here today.
Raylan's gonna try to be
and
like.
knowledge.
Raylan's gonna try to be like right over here because these people all look important.
All right.
We're just gonna like try to get a.
So, what are the rest of you doing? I'll deal with Raylan in a moment.
I'll deal with Raylan in a moment.
I don't like the way he said that.
I'm on the lookout for anyone that look like they have tentacles.
Does anybody here look like they have tentacles?
Person you're standing right next to, maybe.
Oh, does he have tentacles?
Oh.
Oh, he might have tentacles.
I'm
You went right for the tentacles, didn't you?
I'm kind of hanging out back here where I'm just
Okay.
where I currently am.
Yeah, I like how you jumped into right in the middle of all the nameless tokens
Flotsam.
over there.
Flotsam and Jetsam are there like trying to stand on these little crates here, like to get a better view. I'm off to the side here. Leah, what about you?
I went exactly where I meant to go.
All right. And Max?
I'm sitting here a little bit behind the Captain Callus.
Do you remember who Captain Callus is?
No.
You recognize Max, Captain Callus, as the captain of the very first pirate ship that you guys encountered going from Neverwinter over to
Oh, we did.
Gundalun.
We fought him, didn't we?
You did. Yes, you did.
Ah,
I don't remember that.
I do.
He was like our first pirate encounter of the campaign.
Yep.
we shot the sails
happened?
out so they couldn't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can't remember if he ever got close enough to be able to ID us.
Raylan, when you try to get closer, one of these guys stops you.
Yes.
He says VIPs only. Gestures you to join more like over here.
Raylan will radiate hostility and go stand over there.
Max, you also recognize this person.
Oh, okay. Who do I recognize him as?
He was the subject of your conversation with Balama.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see. As you guys settle in,
Imagine how many people a vitriolic sphere could hit here.
Oh, dude, I've got. Oh my god, I have so many plans. If things go bad, I'll
Raylan,
never be allowed back.
Raylan, where are you gonna go?
I was just gonna stay here.
You're gonna stand next to the guy who velvet roped you.
Yeah, I'll stand next to him and stare at him the whole time.
All right. As the ceremony gets started, the woman standing with Balama and Misham goes through her thing, love, dedication, freedom of spirit, of course. She takes both couples' hands. She binds them together with rope. And then they both kneel, and she pulls it's like a rope with a bucket on it. So she pulls basically up ocean water from the water below the dock, and she pours it over each of them. First both individually, and then one where she pours both of them together. Claiming that their love shall be as fierce as the sea, fierce yet calm, shallow yet deep, always everlasting. And
Beautiful.
Yada,
then-
yada, yada.
they embrace, they wave to the crowd,
Leodell
And,
is holding back tears.
and then they say, let the feast begin. And the guests start making their way to the tables behind you. Oh, hold on one second. I knew I forgot one thing. Okay. What are you doing? Oh, my man, there he is. Over here, there's a couple of musicians playing. Those persons who are interested in such merriment.
Bard Go SM.
Ghost of Saltmarsh. That's the Ghost of Saltmarsh version of the Bard for some reason. I don't know. It's different.
Interesting.
Yep.
Go some.
Yep.
Raylan will go.
There's sorry, hold on one second here.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's tables erected along the piers, which you can see over here, where they have seafood platters, brightly colored fruits and vegetables, dozens of bottles of wine and rum. And then everybody starts kind of getting food and making their way to the tables and kind of mingling.
Raylan's gonna go try to dance in a, super fancy and try to get some important pirate to pay attention to her. Nobody's giving Raylan attention. I can't worm my way up the social ladder if no one will talk to me.
And hold on, let me
She's very out of place. She doesn't understand.
let me scatter these pirates here appropriately.
Is there a dance check?
Yeah, there could be.
Performance.
Performance.
So Raylan, you're trying to be obvious.
She just wants some important. Yeah, she just wants some important pirate to take notice first, so she can talk to them and start working her way up the social hierarchy to Tentacle Boy.
All right, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm just kind of keeping my eyes on Raylan, because she seems to know what she's doing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's funny because Raylan has no idea either.
Yeah, but
But
Leah
she
doesn't
acts
know
like she
that.
does.
Raylan's so confused. She's never been in a situation where no one would talk to her.
Everybody likes me. By the way, I have the three of you down here, so you guys can.
I can't gaslight anybody if they won't talk to me.
Oh, actually, Leah is kind of understanding that Raylan doesn't seem to be having any success. Weird. That's not what I expected. But yeah, she'll come over to Max and Balasar and say, "What do you think we should do?"
There's someone I need to see. If you want to come along, Balazar, you can, but I'd rather you not lead out. That's all right.
Okay. What would you like me to do?
Keep Raylan out of trouble for now.
Oh,
That sounds like an excellent idea.
That's gonna be hard.
I know you're up to the task.
Okay, I'll try to keep an eye on her.
We will be back soon, and then perhaps we can try to meet with the Pirate King.
Okay, I'll just walk around over here and just kind of look at the fountain. Maybe
All right, Max.
grab some food.
All right, Balazar, Max, what are you doing?
If Max wants me to go with him, I will go with him.
I guess first thing I'm gonna do is come up here and just congratulate Balama.
Easily done.
Just yeah, normal stuff.
She gives you a hug and says it's really great to see you again.
Great to see you too. I'm gonna go talk to your captain real quick if that's alright.
Don't cause any trouble, she says, very concerned.
That's not up to me. And I'm gonna walk over here
All right.
towards him.
Captain Murray is sitting at a table with Cleft the Minotaur. And Captain and two people you've never seen before. One of which has a kind of lizard-ish looking creature on his shoulder. He has kind of a tri-corner hat.
Is that this guy?
Uh-huh.
That looks like a tentacle boy.
Ah, that's a seeking.
It's Jonesy Dave.
Yeah, Slavey Bones, is that what we said?
Is that like a bat?
Kind of looks like that. It's kind of a creature of some kind.
What was the captain's name? Murray?
Murray. M-I-R-A-Y. Murray.
You walk up and say, "Long time no see, Captain Murray. Remember me?"
Let's find out. No, he looks very confused.
I was with Balama there. From that incident, however long ago it was.
Says, oh, I do remember you. Kind of points you out.
Mind if we have a little chat for a bit? Or maybe later, if you're able to.
He says, sure. I needed to get some rum anyway. Starts walking over here.
I'll walk with them.
I will follow. I want to just kind of get a look at these four right here and just kind of get an insight check on each of them. Like, kind of like, are they measuring us? What are they? Are they looking at us with disdain, curiosity, hostility?
And he looks at all. Care.
Make an insight check.
Yeah. Ugh, I don't know.
You're not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
This has not been Balazar's night.
It has not.
Before we go
Max.
with this guy, though, I would ask Balazar to keep an eye out to see if he's lying about anything or not. If you could, please.
See if this pirate captain is lying to you.
Yes. Just see if anything seems off with what he's saying. That's all I want you here for, if possible.
He's kind of walking down the line where all the food and booze is, kind of helping himself as he's like chatting to you. He goes, well, you must be a tough bastard. Not many people make it alive past Finney's knife.
Oh, was that his name?
Aye.
I just wish I was the one to finish him off.
No, some Lord's Alliance goody-goody. He was a useful man.
I heard from Balama that you said that the ritual is not what it appeared to be.
Well, it certainly wasn't some hogwash goody-goody nonsense he was selling to you guys. It's not. He goes, look at me. I'm not really the man you come to for knowledge of arcane rituals.
I just want to insight check him to see if he's telling the truth about the guy not being the goody two shoes type guy.
Sure.
18.
He seems legit.
Like, he at least believes that the guy wasn't goody two shoes.
He says, no hard feelings, huh? I thought you were with him. He had stolen from me. You know, pirate code. I've got to go out there and get him. He stole a lot from me, you know.
Probably some of the things I got were from you too, but are you trying to do it now?
To me?
What he was trying to do, yes.
No, I don't need to do any of that. But I was curious about it. It's got to be valuable to somebody. A man's got to earn a living, you know.
It feels like perhaps you are owing some recompense to Max, yes.
Make a persuasion check.
Your man did scar my beautiful face. I'll point to the scar. I say that in like a kind of gleeful, joking way.
13. It's not the worst, not the best.
He kind of considers what you said, and he goes, I might do you a small favor. But Llama speaks highly of you, and I've gotten to know her over the past few months. She's good people, useful too, valuable crew. It's nothing personal.
Maybe for you, not gonna lie. If it wasn't for her, probably have a few arrows in your back by now.
Sure.
So, on to another note. You know Seeking Tentrix pretty well.
Well enough.
I've been hearing strange things about him changing lately. Do you know anything about that?
He says, I'm not sure what you mean by changing. But here's the favor I'll give you. Just be careful asking the wrong questions about the Seeking Tentrix around here. He's very popular. It's at this point
We're already knowing this.
Balazar and Max and Leah and Raylan. At this point, you notice Tentrix and this guy who seems to follow him start working his way down this way. And as he makes his way through the crowd, people are kind of handshaking him, and he's kind of playing man of the people type thing. He stands up on a box right over here. This guy stands next to him. And he kind of gets everybody's attention, not the fork on the champagne glass, but more like the ale mug on the top of the crate. And everybody quickly pays attention to him, and he makes a toast to the brides. He tells an embarrassing story about Mishan involving a dried monkey, too much rum, and lots of vomit, and everybody laughs uproariously. And then he seals his speech by giving them a wedding gift, which is a pair of mithril rings.
Ooh.
Then he gets down off of the crate. These two seem to have a conversation. I want you all to make an insight check.
I would actually like to make one before that, and I'll forego this one. I just want to get a... Raylan's very used to dealing with people in formal power structures, and she's just trying to get a read on how much of this is a political personality and how much of it's genuine.
You talking about Tentrix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good.
You think that it's those the impression you get is that in this setting those things aren't mutually exclusive and it's both.
Okay.
Max and Leah, but not Balazar. You saw Butterfly again.
Mm-hmm.
You notice as Tentrix is talking to his cohort, they are both looking at Raylan. And then he comes down here.
Oh man, I'll be around. And I'm gonna start going down this way, kind of walking after them.
Raylan kind of looks at Leodell like, you see what's happening here?
I'm gonna notice. I can't help but notice Max leave, but I'm probably not till a second until after he's gone. Then I'll be like,
Excuse me.
and I'll start to try to follow him.
The Sea King Tentrix approaches you, and he says, Raylan, would you like to dance?
How does
And that's
he know
where we're
your
going to
name?
end the session.
How does he know your name?
How does he know my name?
How does he know your name?
And that'll be the end of tonight's session.
The tentacles wrap over your face and suck out your brain.
Not again, no!
Raylan detonates her C4 vest.
Braylon is Callisto. Or Calypso.
Calypso. Excellent session, Brian. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah, this is getting to be some of the good stuff here.
Genuinely had a very, 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 very good time.
Who had
Very
pirate
interesting
wedding?
locale.
Who had
I
pirate
wasn't
wedding on their
expecting pirate wedding.
on their D&D bingo card?
I wasn't expecting the fire wedding, but I'm
Nope.
happy for it.
My story took a turn in a different direction where I thought it was good.
Your story went from 0 to 99 real quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Raylan's just been trying desperately to find someone to manipulate. It hasn't been working.
Well, next Saturday she'll have a chance to do something.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Find out next time on SaturD&D.